Celeb Secrets is hanging out with Logan Crosby today. Super excited to chat with you because there's so much to talk about. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Great, great. I'm just gonna start off with Claim to Fame because I feel like that was the show of the summer. Every Monday night I was tuning in being like, who is who? Can you just maybe like recap that experience for me?
Oh gosh.
You were runner-up.
I got second place. I was super fortunate to stay on all 10 episodes. It was kind of funny how I got found. So I was sitting in a public speaking class at the University of Georgia and got a phone call from New York City. I'm like, I'm not answering this. Like, we're not doing this today. And so I get out of class and I got a text message from my cousin, who's Jason's half sister, Cassie. And she was like, hey, these casting producers just reached out to me about being on this TV show. I can't do it. You know, she's like, she got kids, she has a job, she got a farm. She was like, but, you know, we think you should do it. Yeah. I said, okay. So I got on the phone with them, and that was on like a Thursday. Okay. And I got like a contract by Monday. They were ready to go. So it was super cool, you know, kind of like the casting and getting on the show. And then once I got on the show, you know, I didn't think I was going to be on the show long, to be honest with you, because I'm like country music, and Jason's had a great, you know, past couple of years, and so I thought they're definitely going to pick up, and you know they didn't, and we've had some good moments. You know, anytime that you turn into a meme, it's kind of questionable. You know, that's a good thing or a bad thing, but you know, I was the youngest one on the show, so they threw some stuff out there that I wasn't quite sure what was going on. But we figured it out. But no, I was super fortunate to be on all 10 episodes, and all of the cast were all still super close and talk often. So it's super cool, you know, watching them kind of go out and do their own thing now.
But you have to tell me about your strategy, because every week it's like, okay, he's going to make it to the end. Like, he knows what he's doing. You were figuring out everybody super quick. What was the strategy?
Oh God. I mean, my strategy going in, like I said, I didn't think I was going to be there long. So my strategy was be myself, you know, and get to know all these people. And that was kind of the thing. And kind of as people started to, you know, leave, it was like, okay, like kind of once, you know, Brittany, Dominique went home, I was like, maybe I could be on here for a good bit. But, you know, strategy was mainly make good friends. And, you know, me and Elsie were obviously super tight. And so we worked really well together. We kind of come up with stuff, you know, we would bounce ideas off each other, and then we get stuff done. And it kind of got to the point that when us two were ready for somebody to go home, you know, they went home. So that was kind of the thing, was finding somebody like Elsie that knew a lot more about pop culture and what was going on than I really did. And kind of just being friends with them, and then being able to kind of bounce ideas off each other and work together. And we worked our butts off. And so it was good to watch both of us get, you know, to the final two, and then for her to actually win was awesome to watch. So.
Oh, for sure. And it's crazy because you were like one of the fan favorites. Like, everybody was rooting for you, which is awesome. I mean, this whole new like fame. I know you've been working on music for a bit, but that's got to be fun, like seeing all these new fans now.
It is. It's funny. I was in the Atlanta airport probably 2 weekends ago, and I was with my friends, and they're like, oh, we can't wait, you know, to see people come up to you and ask for pictures, and how many people are going to recognize you. Yeah. I'm like, nobody's going to. And we weren't in the airport 10 minutes. We didn't even get to the TSA line. Okay. The girl was like, Logan, you know, so I talked to her, and then there were people in the TSA line that were talking, and people on the plane, and at the Delta Sky Club. And so it was funny, but I never, you know, it's one of those things that I'm just kind of a normal guy. I'm actually in my hometown right now, and I was walking around today, you know, just running errands, and people were stopping and talking, and I don't know, it's super cool and it's fun, but you know, it's kind of crazy waking up and a lot of people knowing who you are, but it's a cool thing.
And this is kind of like a springboard for what's coming next for you. I know you said that you really, you know, you're going to go to Nashville, you're going to make this music. You have a debut song out right now and a new one coming out October 7th. Talk to me about the music. Like, do you take inspiration from Jason? Because his sound's more like a country rock, like that bro country, I guess you would say. But what's your sound like?
Yeah, I mean, so Jason grew up in Macon, which is like 35 minutes from Milledgeville, which is where I'm from. You know, and so we kind of had a lot of really cool people come out of that area. I mean, the Allman Brothers Band, Otis Redding was born 15 minutes from where I was born, Little Richard. A lot of cool people have come through, you know, and I live in or grew up in a college town. So, I mean, it was every weekend, like Luke Combs would be in town or Luke Bryan was in town. And so it was kind of fun, kind of watching everybody come through. But for me, I mean, my sound's, you know, kind of this stripped down, soulful country music. You know, obviously my first song was a piano ballad, and then the next song that we've got coming out is a song about a wedding. I mean, but the sound's kind of something that, you know, I was able to work on and get really good people around me, and, you know, 2 really good producers that have helped me kind of find what I want. And, you know, Jason's got a cool sound. I mean, he's known as the rock and roll cowboy. I'm not necessarily the rock and roll cowboy, but I think we listen to the same thing kind of growing up and coming up. So, you know, we talk about music all the time when I'm with them, and kind of those things that we just have a bunch of cool vibes, you know, in the family with rock and roll cowboy, and then my slogan is suits and boots. So it's kind of something, it's 2 different things, but I think we've both kind of found the sound that we want. And so I think it's something that, you know, he's run with it and had 28 #1 singles, and I'm gonna run with it and see where we go.
I want to know more about the new song. Like we said, it's coming out October 7th. The title, you know, writing, recording, you said it's kind of like a wedding song?
Yeah, so the title is If You Ask Me, okay. And it was written with a good buddy of mine in Nashville named Nate Kenyon, and it was the first week I was in Nashville writing, and I'd written some days, you know, twice a day, and had just kind of been, you know, had a good week writing with some cool folks. And so he came in on that Friday afternoon and he said, I have an idea for a wedding song. Would you be interested in writing a wedding song? And I'm like, I'm not getting married, but I got a lot of friends that are, you know, getting married, and they're kind of in that stage of life where, you know, they're starting to get engaged and whatnot. And so I said, let's do something cool. And we both kind of had the idea at the same time of, let's not write, you know, your traditional wedding song. Let's write something different. So we kind of wrote it from the eyes of, you know, the groom that's about to ask the bride, or the father of the bride, you know, for her hand in marriage. So it's kind of something different. That's kind of where we got the title, If You Ask Me, because that's kind of the response, I think, of every dad in that situation when they're about to, you know, give their daughter's hand in marriage away to this guy. You know, is, yeah, you can marry her, but if you ask me, you know, kind of one of the lines is, there ain't a man alive that's good enough for my daughter. So when I play that, people love it. And, you know, hell, I've played it before people start crying, and, you know, dads are like, that's a good song, you know. So I think it's a cool song, and it's something that I think it's going to touch a lot of people, which that's kind of been the thing, you know, whenever I started doing music and, you know, even going on the show is, you know, I just want to make people, you know, feel something, whether that's something, you know, you're excited, whether you're crying, whatever it is. You know, if I can kind of sing a song and write a song and it takes you to a different place, like I've accomplished my entire goal there. I've already got a couple people that are like, you have to come play it at my wedding. And I'm like, well, it's open bar, you know, we'll be there.
Oh, goodness. Now, is this song a taste of what you're going to be working on or releasing in the future? Have you been in the writer's room? I'm assuming you keep going back and forth to Nashville. I've
been back and forth, but writing with a lot of cool folks, writing with a lot of great people that have great ideas. And yeah, I mean, it's kind of one of those things that when we started, you know, me and my team, you know, it was always going to be, hey, we're going to put out good country music that make people feel something. I think that first song, you know, If Jesus Was a Cowboy, it was one of those where, you know, it's a song that it's on the piano. People have listened to it. I've had messages, people like, we cried to this song. We love this song. We play this song every day. So it's kind of something, you know, let's keep it going.
And like, what's the timeline? Are you thinking like maybe like a project or you know, you're just going to be releasing singles? I'm curious.
I mean, going forward, we have this single coming out, and then love to, you know, kind of get an EP, you know, something rolling. But we've got some good songs, and you know, we've written some stuff that kind of, you know, you write a song on a Monday and you're like, this is the one, and then by Thursday you've written 3 that you're like, well, that song on Monday was nothing. So, you know, it's one of those things that just writing songs and then continuing to craft that sound and kind of craft everything that we want to do. I mean, but something, definitely an EP, something that I've definitely thought about doing here within the next couple of months. But we got a lot of, you know, we're writing a lot of good music, I feel like. So I feel like that's kind of where you want to go, and if we can compile that into an EP, that would be awesome.
We are Celeb Secrets though, Logan, so I need to know like maybe secrets, fun facts, hidden talents. What's something about you that people wouldn't know? I feel like you're kind of an open book. We see it on social media, we saw it on the show, but what's something that we really wouldn't guess about you?
I think it kind of got exhibited a little bit on the show, but I'm a big connoisseur of red wine. So I don't know if that's something, you know, I drink out of wine glasses a lot, but I mean, I have a little bar behind me, which, you know, bar in your bedroom, questionable. But anyways, I have a lot of red wine, but red wine and cigars are kind of my big thing. And so, but that's something, you know, when I'm at a party and pop out a bottle of red wine, people are like, what the hell's going on? But that's a big thing. I like my red wine and I like my cigar. So that's kind of my secret.